And it's just he has 0 Pro Bowlers in 4 years. We're at the end of a 4-year rebuild, and it feels like we're at the start of it again.
Yes, they're no better today than they were than day he was hired.
Okay, before we kick it off, want to talk about the great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. It's the Bears season, and the 50th anniversary of Miller Lite. Bears game days are incomplete without Miller Lite. It's a taste you can depend on. It's a great beer. It's trusted by beer lovers for over 50 years. And Miller Lite is brewed for taste. Simply put, it just hits different. 96 calories, 3.2 grams of carbs per 12 ounces. Miller Time is always a good time. The original light beer since 1975 and still iconic 50 years later. Yeah, Miller Lite.
Miller Lite.
Miller Lite's awesome. Don't let the Bears ruin Miller Lite for you. Don't let the Bears ruin Miller Lite.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
We can have one thing that brings us joy. It might be Miller Lite.
I know. I was just reading what I had in front of me, and we're about to talk about the Bears. We're about to get very fired up, and seeing the Bear, it was, we were right. I got to let the Miller outweigh the Bears. So
yeah.
I'm sorry, Miller Lite. I still love you.
They're there for us.
Don't love the Bears right now.
Yeah.
Miller Lite, the official beer partner of the Chicago Bears. Go to MillerLite.com/stretch to find delivery options near you, or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere that they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. Okay, welcome to the stretch where you're sitting at a desk facing 4 guys whose team got 50 burgered on Sunday. So I don't know where you want to start, but it's more of the same, and I'm sure it'll be more of the same from this podcast.
Somehow it's worse.
I'll start. Well, you can go.
No, that's it. What do you got?
When they raise his hand.
When they put up when they crossed the 50 burger line, I was hoping it was going to be a 70 burger. I was at the point where I wanted their nose rubbed in it like the dog just shit on the living room carpet so bad. That was the most disgusting game I've seen ever in any era of Bears football.
Oh no, that's not true.
How is that not true?
Last year was last year had some real bad ones. The Lions are still good.
Yeah. They just got fucking trounced.
It's
last
a different
week.
type
sure,
of loss.
but that was so bad.
But it really only got that way the second half. The first half was competitive.
Yeah, we were a 7-point game until the ref thing. They quit.
They definitely quit.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but they quit last year. They quit last year for like 3 months.
The Niners game, they quit like the whole game.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yes.
So progress. They only quit for the second half.
They only quit for a half. Yeah. I actually as bad as it was, and it was bad. It wasn't. It just they're not good. They're just not good.
They're not good.
They're not good. And the only positive I have from that game is Caleb wasn't the main problem.
That's like a problem in and of itself.
Sneaky. I didn't think Caleb played that bad.
I don't know if I'll go all the way to say he didn't play that bad. He just wasn't the main problem.
Yeah.
He wasn't.
Which is a great thing, I guess. The main problem is the defense has given up. So I think I had the stat. It was like 71 points in last 5 quarters.
Well, let's start with him then, because obviously he's still the most important piece. So I didn't think he played that bad, aside from that horrible interception, which that's kind of what we talked about with Waddle. Remember we talked about that with Waddle, where at least he didn't do the Superman thing where he wasn't throwing picks like that last year. He was more so taking sacks. He's gotten better about taking sacks, but
definitely
you can't sacrifice that for throwing that interception.
And what was that? Like that, like you could talk about like Waddle. There's a difference between throwing a pick when you're being aggressive.
Yeah.
That was just like, I couldn't tell if he was trying to throw it out of bounds or like what, like.
He was not.
Correct.
There was a wide receiver there, so I agree.
Like the duck and he just kind of, like that was a punt.
Yeah.
That was effectively a punt.
Initially, yes, though. I thought he was trying to throw it out of bounds, and then they showed the replay, and there was a guy there.
Correct. I know, but like the way that he just chucked it up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, Caleb had some good moments. He ripped the ball a couple times. Rome obviously played well. It's just not consistent enough, and especially when your defense. And I will say the defense did kind of play tough to start the game because you had the DeAndre Swift fumble. You had the turnover on downs when we don't know how to do a tush push. I don't know why we were doing a tush push 2 plays in a row.
Also, why are you doing that with Caleb?
Right. Why are you doing that with Caleb? And so, like, the defense was kind of there for a minute, and then it just all fell apart.
It completely came unglued.
I think you guys are all in the same agreement. Like, today is more just an indictment on Ryan Poles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just what – like, the fact that Colson Loveland has had 0 receptions. Luther Burden, I think, had 1. Trapillo sat out, healthy scratch. Stewart was a healthy scratch.
Yep. So those are your top 4 picks.
You can't compete in the NFL if your draft picks don't immediately start helping your team, especially the high ones. And it's just he has 0 Pro Bowlers in 4 years. We're at the end of a 4-year rebuild, and it feels like we're at the start of it again.
Yes, they're no better today than they were than day he was hired.
The team feels like there's like a rottenness to it that I can't really explain because I don't know. It's not one guy, but it does feel like there's just this weird mentality of like quit and just
it's a culture
toughness that just isn't there. And I like at this point, I don't know. Like I if they just were like, Ben Johnson, you're the GM, and Ryan Poles, see you later, and just what could happen? How could it be worse than a 4-year rebuild that's led us to exactly the beginning?
It literally can't. And that's why when they gave him the extension 2 months ago, I was like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, why? Who are we bidding against? Who was dying for Ryan Poles? Why did we do that?
I think that was probably because he got Ben Johnson. I also threw out the theory on PMT, like if Ryan Poles is able to negotiate an extension given his track record, he kind of deserves it because that's incredible negotiating.
It's like 10-35.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, though.
3-14.
I know.
George McCaskey give him an extension. That actually makes him one of the greatest negotiators.
I think you could sit across from McCaskey and get the GM job.
Yeah, I mean, it's nuts. And Kevin Warren is an empty suit. It's just that's the part where being at 4. We knew it was going to be a process this year. This is why we didn't get too. We didn't do the. I'm so sick of, by the way, everyone being like off-season champs again.
Yeah.
We never fucking claimed off-season champs.
Not this year we didn't.
We were excited about Ben Johnson, but there was no part of us that was like, this team's going to be competing for a Super Bowl, competing for a playoffs. We did our show last week. I had 7 wins.
Yeah.
It's probably a 4-win team at most, maybe 5. But so I wasn't going into the season expecting it to be a playoff team. I did expect them to be better a little bit. And they've somehow gotten worse.
You can play.
They are worse. They are objectively worse.
Football and still lose. That was like
Correct.
That was my larger expectation this year. Like what
you can lose and still have some fucking dignity.
Yes, yeah. And it's 2 games into the year, and it looks like it's they've lost it already. There's a few things that I'm worried. I'm worried that Ben Johnson's going to lose the locker room like right off the rip.
I don't think it matters. Why would it matter? So none of these guys are good.
You have to completely have to do another teardown.
Yeah,
that's what it looks like.
What you lose the locker room of a bunch of guys who lost a bunch of games?
But like it's just Poles got a teardown. This was his rebuild.
No, I know. Yeah. That's the part that's crazy. We had 0 Pro Bowlers to show from it. We had 2 years in a row where you had the #1 pick. You had basically an entire overhaul of the cap, so you could.
Yeah.
I think we had the 5th most expensive defense. He had it all, and it just didn't. I mean, we know how this went down. He built off of like wide receivers and cornerbacks, and didn't build in the trenches. And thought he could find hidden gems that have never worked. So, yeah, I think they got to not start over, but yeah, you kind of have to start over in the fact that I don't know who on this team is going to be on this team in like 2 or 3 years. I don't know.
Thought.
There's nobody that you're like, that's a piece.
Yeah.
You know, who's a piece?
I mean, proven to this point, we can't say a ton of people, right? Because
I'm asking you to name one.
I mean,
it's Jalen Johnson, who's a Ryan Pace guy, and he's also hurt.
Yeah.
And then Dave Montgomery, also a Ryan Pace guy, ran the ball down our throats.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
he looked like he was having fun doing that too.
Yeah.
Listen, rookies aside, you can't say any rookies. They haven't fucking played or they haven't done anything. So, I don't know. You could say Rome's a piece, but he hasn't.
Yeah, Rome looks good.
He looks good. Yeah, but he also looked bad, too.
It's like, you guys put this fucking kernel in my head last week, too, where it's like, if you take a guy that high, you expect him to be a star.
Yeah.
And I had the multi-view where I had the Cowboys game with Neighbors with Giants. And then you look at Rome, and Rome he had a really good stat line, a couple of busted coverage, especially that first touchdown. He, effectively a walk-in. Great. Neighbors is a fucking animal.
Yeah.
And it's like, you just throw it up to him, and he's going to go make a play. And when it's 3rd and 9 or whatever, and you're like, who's our guy? I don't think you're like, oh, we just get the ball to Rome.
Yeah, I'm not like gushing over him yet. Yeah. Like some people were being like, oh, Rome's going to be so good, he's the man. Like he's going to be a wide receiver. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like he's yes.
Yeah.
And then we should have known by the tone of the game. Cairo Santos kicking out of bounds in the opening.
As soon as that happened.
Where was that
you're
last
like,
week?
I know.
Yeah.
That was unbelievable.
Unreal.
Unbelievable.
You're talking about cleaning up unforced errors week over week and off-season over off-season, and
that's how you come out 6 days
they
later.
lost because of them last week, and then you start the game kicking the ball out of bounds, which is the most unforced thing you can do. And it, like you said, it just set the tone. I do want to take it back to, I think we all kind of read Kurt Warner's copium last week. Tried to let that trick our brains into thinking Caleb wasn't as bad as he actually was. Is that a little bit correct?
Kurt Warner?
I mean, I saw
Kurt
that,
Warner
but
and
I don't
Daniel
agree
were
with
like-
him. So
Yeah.
I don't-
Oh, yeah.
My
but,
take
like,
on
no-
Caleb week 1 was that he wasn't like necessarily bad. He just wasn't better.
No, he was the same.
Right.
and
That
he-
was my problem.
and
No,
he
on
missed
his
some
interception
critical
yesterday-
plays.
Right.
Critical plays.
Yeah.
If you look at what Kurt Warner said, you're like, okay, that's not on Caleb. All three wide receivers were literally within the same exact pocket in the middle of the field, and Caleb had literally nowhere to throw the ball. Interception, brutal, but like the offensive design in this exact play, it's like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, you're taught that in Pee Wee football. If you're running a flutter out, you don't run to the same area. You have to spread out if you're the receiver, because then you have one guy that can defend 3 players or more. you know?
Yeah, I don't, that to me, it's like, what are they taught?
I don't know what the play call was.
I don't know what
I
it
don't know
was.
if
But it was all bad from snap to finish, is what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Which, like, you can't do that. You're taught not to at the start of playing football.
I don't know what they're being taught. I don't, who knows what that was? Did somebody? Who knows? But it's like the Darnell Wright pre-snap. Like,
Yeah.
how many pre-snap penalties?
They all did. Jonah Jackson got a
Jonah
penalty.
Jackson.
Dahlman got flagged. Tevin, I always fucking about.
Might as
Jackson
well
Jones
be.
got flagged.
It might as well be Tevin Jenkins.
I know, dude. It's like people put on the uniform and they just forget how to play football.
Yes,
It's like weird to watch.
It
in that
is
way.
above human. It's like a holier than I don't know. It's something not earthly.
Find it. Go. You got
It's
this.
not earthly. It's just a
we
bad
got, we got
juju
demons
that-
around this team.
Yes,
it.
yes,
No, it is like a Space Jam effect.
Okay,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
It's like the Iowa quarterback putting on
Yes.
Yeah.
their uniform.
You put it on and it's just you're automatically prone.
Who I like Gronowski, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's actually played better. But
Did they
it
win?
is like the uniform. The
Yeah.
uniform is
That's why he's bad.
something about the uniform.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Like Tyreek Stevenson, I'm fucking done with him.
Get
Yeah.
rid of
He was.
Get him out of here.
Now, I mean, that would be the
horrible.
one thing you could say about our defense is it's hard to win when you have both your top corners out.
Yeah.
And I know Jalen Johnson played. He got re-injured.
Yeah, groin.
So he's gonna be out for. So like that's
Done.
obviously complementary football. Your corners are out. Your pass rush is not going to get home because you're not going to be able to cover anyone. All that shit. I mean, Jared Goff literally just had like a perfect day against us.
Yeah.
I think it was perfect. I think he had a perfect quarterback rating.
The disappointing thing is, it is the end of a 4-year rebuild, and we're right back at the beginning. Because I do think that, like Ben Johnson, in order for this to work, you just have to hand the keys to Ben Johnson and just say, build the team in your mold. Dan Campbell went 3-13 his first year. We should have been much further along than where the Lions were when Dan Campbell took the job. But if you're gonna say Ben Johnson's a guy, you gotta just be like, all right, well, we're gonna eat shit again for another few years. And like, I just don't want them. Like, what happens if we get a top 5 pick again? And
You can't
We're-
let
Ryan
Poles
is gonna be
draft him.
drafting.
But
It's gonna take a fucking wide receiver.
Yeah, we're gonna get a top 10 pick though.
100%.
Yeah, like that's-
100%.
It's gonna happen.
But then it's like, who was running the draft room last time? Because there was, was that tight end pick Loveland?
Yeah, I don't know.
You know,
Tyler
like,
Warren looks really good. I know
he
you can't
does.
play that game, but
Yeah.
But also, it's like, was that a Ben Johnson? Was he standing on the
yeah.
table for him and Burden and
Burden
Yeah,
was
I don't know.
apparently a Randall L pick.
0 Pro Bowlers. That's all you got to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Horrible.
37
Horrible.
draft picks I think he's had, and not one single pro. And they just hand Pro Bowls out like fucking Skittles.
It's
that's
Phil
true.
Emery and Ryan Pace were better at their job.
Yes,
Yeah.
they had more Pro Bowlers.
Yeah.
Maybe not
Which
Phil
is
Emery. How many years was
Phil Emery
Yeah,
still
no,
had
he
4
was.
Pro
Yeah, he
Bowlers.
did.
Yeah, he drafted Alshon.
He
Drafted Kyle Long.
Yep.
He had a few good picks.
Yeah.
Granted, he drafted Shea McClellan and a few bad ones, and also
He
there
did
were
break Rodgers' shoulder that year.
he
Yeah.
did. Yes, there were a lot of pace drafts too, but still, Poles is clearly worse than both of them,
There's just been
and
nothing
neither
to
of them
show
were
for it.
good.
And
Yeah.
and it's like the cute stuff too. where it's like he's going up, he's taking the punter, he's taking his BC tackle who's never played left tackle, but maybe he'll be able to do it in the NFL. Turns out he can't, healthy scratch. And it's just, what does he have to hang his hat on at this point?
He hangs his hat on
the
DJ Moore trade. And then Ben Johnson, but it's like, listen,
any asshole could have made that.
Anybody?
Well, also, like you just tell any GM, like, hey, you're rebuilding, and we're going to give you 2 shots at the #1 pick. Like, it's hard to not get a little bit better.
Somebody had a tweet where it was like that. It's like the biggest blockbuster ever, where both teams lost.
Yeah.
So because the Panthers don't look great on that, and the Bears.
And
I want them to. I wouldn't hate it if they started trading guys. I know this is still week 2, but then like we're favored against the Cowboys, which I get because it's like any given Sunday, you're 0-2, they're coming to Soldier Field. I don't know how the fuck we're going to stop the Cowboys offense.
No way,
I do think the Bears offense will look a lot better against the Cowboys defense because the Cowboys defense is bad, but how are we going to win a shootout when Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb are on the other side of the field?
Lamb and Pickens might get 150 each.
Yeah.
They really might get 150 each.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 touchdowns each.
We don't have cornerbacks.
Yeah.
I know. I'm also getting to like, hey, dude, you said they were going to start 0-3. What do you expect? I didn't expect this bad. I expected them to lose.
And the Vikings might suck.
Yeah.
Like that was the worst possible. I got 50-pieced.
Yeah.
And I was as down as could be. And then I somehow got more down after Sunday Night Football and being like, holy shit. The Vikings might, like, J.J. McCarthy might be a real project, and he lit us up in the fourth quarter. Fuck.
Yeah, because while it did say, hey, I think there's a really good possibility of going 3, I didn't expect them to lose to a rookie quarterback who looked like shit for 3 quarters.
Especially with a double-digit lead at home.
Yeah.
Exactly, and then get 50-pieced by the Lions in week 2. I didn't expect it to be this bad.
Even with, I don't know if you didn't have the sound on in the cave, I assume, for the Bears game.
We turned it. I mercifully let the main TV get switched to another game around like halfway through the third quarter.
Okay, because they made a point, I think it was in the second quarter, the broadcast, it was like, these guys on defense are already quitting. Like in the second quarter, they were quitting on plays. And like the pursuit to the ball's not there. There was a play.
It was a touchdown to Brock Wright.
Yes.
When they were like, that's just bad, like bad eyes, bad effort.
And it's the effort thing. And then there was a play, I was watching the All-22 of last week's game because I hate myself. And there was a play where it's like, hey, if the wide receiver on a scramble drill just sprints across the field, he's wide open, but he was loafing. And it was Zacchaeus. So it's just like there's this culture of, like, well, we suck, so who gives a shit? That's how it feels at this juncture. So when you're saying trade everybody, going back to that Dallas Cowboys Netflix doc where Michael Irvin, when they hired Jimmy Johnson, he had been there for a year. He's like, you got to get rid of this guy, you got to get rid of that guy, you got to like these guys don't give a shit. And I feel like that's the whole Bears team. So when you're saying they should start trading guys, fucking look at the film, see who's loafing, and just get these guys out of here.
Problem is, we don't got a guy to assess that shit.
Well, and also, I don't feel comfortable having Ryan Poles do the trades right now.
Yes, exactly. So, we don't have a guy who could have
But I do agree that like Ben Johnson has to figure out who he can win with, and this is how the NFL works. If you didn't bring the guy in, you don't have the affinity towards him. So none of these guys are Ben Johnson guys outside of maybe our draft picks this year, who again, two of the 4 top picks were healthy scratches. Like that's just so insane. That's so insane to have nothing.
And they're healthy scratches for a team that sucks.
Yeah.
So it's like if you can't crack the game day roster for this group,
you're
horrible.
Yeah. This episode is brought to you by Body Armor Flash IV. Flash IV delivers faster, longer-lasting hydration with over 2,000 milligrams of electrolytes and no artificial dyes, flavors, or sweeteners like those other drinks. So whether you're training, traveling, or just feeling the heat, work hard. I got these right in front of me. Chief, look at Chief. Get Chief there pouring his in right there.
I was told by a nurse recently, I had to have some blood drawn, that I was not hydrated enough. So I was having not great veins. So they said, make sure you're getting hydrated, take some electrolytes. And I'm like, you know what? I'm way ahead of you. I got it in the office all the time at home. I should be making it part of my routine. So here we go.
2,220 milligrams of electrolytes. It's got zinc. It's got vitamin B and C. That's good stuff. Hydrate Hard with Body Armor Flash IV, and grab yours today at your local 7-Eleven convenience store. You just heard that. Ooh, that's because Chief
That
loved
strawberry
the
kiwi
taste
is really good.
of that strawberry kiwi. Go get your Body Armor Flash IV. The pass rush that looked good for the first half of the Minnesota game was non-existent.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, Jared Goff
Non-existent.
he didn't
You
get
could have had
sacked
a tea
once.
party back there.
Yes, non-existent. It's we haven't fucking mentioned Montez Sweat's name once.
One quarterback
I mean,
hit in the 2 games so far, or it's either one hurry or one hit.
he had one yesterday, but
Yeah.
I think I got called back on a
It
penalty.
did.
5th most expensive defense.
Yes. That is insane. A 5th most expensive defense to do that. So some of the onus goes on Dennis Allen. I mean, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And listen, it was a product of, like, it was such a train wreck. It was a product of Goff being good, and he saw this. But when I saw T.J. Edwards on Jameson Williams, one of the fastest wide
What are you
receivers,
doing?
I just put my head in my hands.
Yeah.
I was like, how? How does that happen? And
Like, if that's your scheme,
yeah,
your
it's just-
scheme fucking sucks.
It's
yeah.
just-
And, like, of course, Goff, like, he probably saw that pre-snap. Was like, this is going to
this is
grueling.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
And that's no knock on T.J. Edwards. He shouldn't be covering the
Correct.
fastest guy in football. And I get it, mismatches happen. Being out of place happens, but oh my God.
Yeah.
Especially in that spot in the third quarter, it was like, this is the wheels are far off. They are down the fucking ravine. They're gone.
Okay.
Week 2.
Week 2.
Week 2.
I mean, it's I guess the only positive that it's good that like we're not getting duped.
Yeah.
Like getting you win that Vikings game. If you win that Vikings game, you're 1-1, but you lose, you get 50 piece by the Lions. We're probably sitting here being like, well, maybe they are good. And they're not. So
Yeah.
just I don't know. I don't know what the path forward is. I just don't. I don't.
The
get it.
timelines are all fucked up.
Always. They're always fucked
They're
up.
always
We always
fucked
fuck it
up.
And I think that was part of the equation for extending polls is to get him lined up with Ben Johnson. But it's just like, well, now,
Yeah.
like in theory, that's a good thing that you've never done if you have the right GM, but you don't. So,
And I don't know what I can't like accurately assess Ben Johnson either. I mean, the team has
Yeah.
been sloppy. I'll say
That's
that
true.
much. They have 20 penalties through 2 games.
Yeah.
They've been sloppy. I think Ben Johnson is going to be a good coach, but you can't look at the first 2 games and be like, yeah, this looks like a team that's ready to fight and win.
And that's well coached.
And like even watching some of these really like the bad teams in the NFL, like the Saints have fought. The Saints have been in. They've lost by a single digit score both games. They had the ball on Sunday against the 49ers late. The Panthers fought. Like they stink. They fought. I don't know. It's just like, where's the fight?
Because he did say in his presser something along the lines of like, I'm not discouraged. Like, we just got to play better.
Yeah.
Because of course he's not gonna put on that routine. He's the coach. It's his
Yeah.
job. But there's no way he doesn't walk in his office and think to himself like, holy fuck,
what did I get myself
this is a
into?
lot worse
Yeah.
than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Because it is bad.
Because you look at it on paper, and there's things to be excited about on paper.
Yeah.
And it's just, but
Games aren't played on paper. You
Correct.
got to. I don't know. We obviously got to like put a bow on it. We're obviously in a bad spot right now. You got to play a few more weeks to see like what it looks like, and then you have to make a decision before the trade deadline of like what is this a restart again? Because the mistake would be to be like, no, we're just 1 player away. Or
yeah.
2 players away. I mean, but we have to see a few more games. I understand how bad the first 2 weeks are. I still think you have to see like through like week 6 to see like, all right, does this team have anything? What is the path going forward? You can't make a decision off of 2 weeks, even as bad as it was. And I understand that.
Well,
You can't, but
and
even knowing that and coming in with the mindset like it's going to take time, things will get better. I'm like not as optimistic anymore at all.
yeah.
No, of course not.
Like
How could you be?
Like, there's
I also think to that point where we're all like, it's really early for a bye. Like, that's not great. Now it's almost like it's perfect.
Give us
Yeah.
a bye this week.
Mhm.
Well, it's like if you lose to Dallas, which I think they will, and then who knows with the Raider game out there. But if there's obviously a realistic chance you start 0-4, then you go into the bye and you can be like, all right, what do we do?
Yeah.
You have a full week off to like think about it, and the deadline's, a few weeks after that. And you could be like, all right, this isn't good enough. We have to do another rebuild.
There's also a chance
Say
that.
it.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, knowing how this all works, like, what if the Cowboys come in, their offense looks electric, and then Eberflus is like, I know how to stop this offense, and calls the game.
Oh, no.
Like, that is very much a possibility.
Maybe.
That's not what I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to say about, like, maybe Beijing.
Eberflus did do, like, the Bears did play the Lions tough when Eberflus was head coach.
True. That is true.
Just throwing it out there.
You just bringing up his name
But-
makes me sad again, because I remember just living on the fact that it can't be as bad without Eberflus, because he was the worst coach in the NFL.
I don't hate Eberflus as much as I hated him last year because he didn't talk in that Tyler Dunn piece.
Yeah.
So, like, I actually have, like, a weird little bit of respect back for him where I'm like, hey, it didn't go well, but you handled it with some class.
Yeah, it was purely results driven with Eberflus.
Yeah,
it was
over his head.
Yes, like he didn't. I mean, sure, he maybe had some dumb press moments, but he was nowhere as near as bad as like Nagy. Like Nagy was way worse when it came to that shit.
He won Coach of the Year.
And I'm saying just like finding the whys,
All
and,
the
like,
little
the answers when it came to when things went south. Like, I believe.
I don't know. He had that hit system.
Yeah, I mean,
That fuck. Yeah.
you know,
That high
I guess
school
the
shit.
only other positive from yesterday, and I'm not rooting against the guy, but at least, like, the Jets saw what we were saying.
Yeah.
Because I was like,
Yeah.
imagine if Justin Fields had balled out and beaten the Bills.
yeah,
That would have been tough.
would have been really
That would
tough.
have been another double, like, holy shit.
I guess my last thing too we could leave with before we move on, but there's no way to get rid of Poles, though, right?
I don't know.
Will they?
Probably not.
I think Kevin Warren. I think he could get rid of anybody.
I
He fires
think
people all
so.
the time.
Probably not, though, because, I mean, what have we learned from George McCaskey? He likes nice guys.
Yeah.
Ryan Poles is a nice guy. I have nothing against him personally as a person.
That article, the Tyler Dunn thing, made it seem like he was actually not that nice of a guy.
Okay. I need to
So-
read the
I think
second
you
and
got to
third parts.
inherently be an asshole to be an executive of that level in any profession, let alone
I don't
football.
know if I agree with that.
Not asshole, but you got to have like an edge to you that might rub people the wrong way. Asshole
I mean,
might
you gotta
not be
you gotta
the-
make hard decisions.
Yeah.
But they were talking about the way that they would fire people,
Sure.
where it's just like,
I gotta
there was
read that.
There was a story of a scout, like an area scout, who was at the hospital having his wife deliver their first baby, and Poles like knew he was in the hospital. He called him, fired him while he was waiting for his baby to be
That's
delivered.
crazy if
Oh.
true.
Crazy if true.
Yeah.
See, I don't
What? You don't care about
really
that?
believe it.
But
Because
it's
like how
what do you mean you don't believe that?
like I don't I think there's either extreme
You want to see the kid? That's all he wants.
context.
Dave wants to see the child.
No, I think there's either extreme. I would be if I pulled that move, I'd be worried that that's going to be public and that's going to like the.
Well, it is.
Well, I know that's why I wouldn't do it, and like that'd be the reason one of 1,000 that I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't.
I mean, like again, if true, but that was in that article.
He was never qualified for the job in the first place either.
Yeah.
And that's what fucking sucks the most too. Never qualified.
Oh,
The only silver lining I have is I don't have to listen to Dave said nobody's been more right about the Bears than me
no,
yeah, that is true.
anymore.
That's
Yes.
right.
I had a thought.
over.
Hey, thank fucking God they didn't trade for Micah Parsons and give up a couple
True.
of firsts.
Good point.
And
Yeah.
Imagine having no two not first, like that would be a disaster.
Yeah.
And no,
No, I
Jerome
would trade
Johnson.
that. I would if Dave was right, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I wish he was.
Yeah.
Yes. Fox 1 on Fox 1, you can stream your favorite live sports so you never miss those. Did you see that moments? That means Fox NFL Sundays are now on Fox 1. Listen, you can't be watching games later.
No.
You know, like that's just
What are you insane?
I know it's just crazy. It gets spoiled for you, so you got to watch live on Fox 1. That means the most. Okay, Fox 1 is built for live. edge of your seat plays, jaw-dropping highlights, kind of moments that make you shout in your living room like you're at the stadium. It's NFL Sundays, all streaming live, the way it was meant to be watched. It's also the best way to stay locked in on your action, whether you're sweating out your fantasy matchup, tracking a parlay, or just riding the chaos live as it happens. Start your 7-day free trial today. Offers are subject to change. Go to Fox One for complete terms and conditions. And like I said, watch TV the way it was meant to be watched, and that's live.
Do it live.
Don't be behind.
Yeah.
Get Fox One. Get that 7-day trial, and check it out. All right. Good thing you guys all had a good college football Saturday too, right?
Nice.
No, I didn't.
Well, yeah, that was the point. None of you did.
Yeah.
Everyone lost.
My teams lost a combined like 86-30, and the
I think
Sox
mine
got
lost
swept
more.
Yeah, Wisconsin got absolutely.
by Bama.
38-14, yeah.
Yeah. Northwestern actually weirdly didn't look horrifically
Covered.
bad. They did. I told everybody they were going to cover.
Yeah. I said that on the Fox
Yeah.
Big Noon.
How was it?
Watch out. It was good.
Did
The
you
weather,
like
the weather
stadium?
report was funny.
Yeah, the weather report was good. The actual like the fans showed up.
It's fun,
It was
isn't
a
it?
good. It was a good crowd.
Yeah.
Good stadium, right?
Yeah.
That's
It's
kinda
fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In and out booze lines, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Selling booze at a college stadium for me is awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. But yeah, they got trounced, and
Preston Stone is not the answer.
no, he's not. He's not. I don't know if Caleb is. I don't know. The White Sox aren't going to win for at least 5 years. It's a very, very.
So you got
sullen-
anything in Wisconsin, Dan, or just
No, I expected us to get smushed by the Bama.
Why are they scheduling those games? They
We schedule them
every
10 years
yeah,
ago.
yeah,
Yeah.
So,
right.
Yeah.
It was LSU at Lambeau, right?
Yeah.
At Lambeau.
Yeah, and LSU at Lambeau in Houston. We play Notre Dame at Lambeau next year.
Yeah, because that was like canceled for COVID or something,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, and they played at Soldier.
Well,
But-
Yeah, that's right.
the most interesting storyline is obviously Notre Dame. So
Yeah.
you had something, I know.
I think it can still make the playoff.
I
do too.
if they so they'd have to go 10-2, but they don't really play anyone the rest of the year. The only
USC will be the toughest game. But here's my question to you.
Mhm.
So, as bad as it seems right now, last year, I think you were in a worse spot.
Mentally I was.
Right.
Yeah.
So last year you beat a worse Texas A&M team
Yeah,
on the road and then lost as a 28-point favorite to NIU. That was your first 2 weeks. This year, as bad as it is, and the defense looks bad, you lost by 1 and 3 to Miami? 3 to Miami?
Yes.
Yeah.
1 and 3 to two teams that probably are going to be college football playoff teams.
I would be shocked if Miami isn't.
Right. And I think Texas A&M might be.
I think they have a chance. I like that quarterback.
Yeah, and the Mario kid was fucking insane.
Yeah.
So fast. So as bad as it is right now, I think it was worse last year when you went to the national championship game.
Yeah, I guess
You know what I'm saying?
totally.
Like obviously there's no margin for error, but there was no margin for error last year after you lost to NIU.
That's true. But at the same time, it's like you look at the fundamentals where it's like that defense and that defensive line last year looked a lot better.
Yeah, no, the defense is a big problem, but I think the quarterback is better this year.
I think the quarterback's better too, but they also can't really run the ball. So like Notre Dame really for the last 10 years has had an identity of we have very good playmakers on defense and we will run the ball down your fucking throat. Not being able to run the ball at all in the first 2 games with any, I keep waiting for Jeremiah Love to pop off. He doesn't. And so it's like
he had a decent game though. He scored
fine.
twice.
No, Jadarian Price got the scores.
Oh,
Yeah.
he scored once.
He scored once on a pass
on a
play.
pass. Yeah.
And like he's a very good player, but I was expecting it to be like we're gonna pound people because they brought back most of that offensive line.
Yeah.
Everybody except for Coogan, who got NIL money, I think from IU.
Yeah,
Indiana.
And but he was like the leader of that group.
No, Jeremiah Love did score twice.
Oh, he had a running touchdown
he had a
too.
running touchdown.
Yeah.
He had a decent game. I just think that Notre Dame, yes, it is bad because you can't lose again. But it's funny looking at last year. I think last year might have been worse because of the loss to NIU and how bad that was.
Yeah.
And this year you played 2 really tough games to start the season that
Yeah.
you lost really close ones. I mean, that was Poor Buckner, they showed him
know.
700 times on the sideline.
He's had, because he was a big recruit for Notre Dame too.
Yeah.
And, Elite 11, all of that. And then injuries, terrible, transfers to Bama, plays like a quarter as a starter for Bama, transfers back, wins a championship playing lacrosse, but just never a football guy. And I actually felt bad for him because it's like, this is the way this guy's career ends back at Notre Dame.
And he said, he was just like, I just want to help the team.
Right.
That's why he played.
I know.
Well, you didn't, unfortunately.
Yeah. So
that does suck.
That sucks for
But
him.
it's also like, would they have, I don't know what happens in overtime. They maybe lose in overtime because they couldn't stop anyone.
They couldn't stop him.
They need some of the teams left in their schedule to be good too. Like maybe Pitt could be a big win. I don't know. Like they need some help with that.
10-point lead.
I know,
Boise's
but maybe West
horrible,
Virginia's
are they?
like that's
Rich Rod back.
yeah. But they just lost to Ohio, so
Yeah.
I mean I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like Boise State got their
Yes.
doors blown off by USF, and so
USF might not be that bad, right? Didn't
Well, they won their
just-
first two games. They got killed by Miami.
Yeah.
Miami's really
Well,
good.
I think
Miami's
Miami's
really good.
really good. Miami's
Right.
really good.
Carson Beck revenge tour, dude.
Dude, might be one of those things where it's like I always say Jalen Hurts is the most wrong I've ever been about a quarterback being terrible. I thought Carson Beck was a bum. He's looking fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
NC State could be undefeated when they play you. That would help.
Yeah, that would help. But I don't know. I
just think you're in a very similar spot as last year. It feels worse being 0-2, but you also played two really good teams that are most likely going to be in the college football playoff.
Yeah.
And I think I'd take that over losing to NIU. Again, same spot. You can't lose again, but you've been there.
Yeah. The only other thing I'm concerned about is they lost Al Golden to the Bengals, defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
And they replaced him with Chris Ash. I don't know anything about Chris Ash, but I can't imagine a defense with this group because I think they have a lot of talent. But it's like the execution is not there. And it's like I like all these players individually. It's not working out. And I think that the place where they're missing it the most, and they lost a couple of graduates, is defensive tackle. Like they used to be able to bully people inside, get push inside, stuff the run, and let their linebackers run free. It's just not the case. So because they brought back basically everyone else. So they lost their captain middle linebacker, but he wasn't like a stud. He was just like a leadership guy, been there 6 years because of COVID. And I don't know. It feels like the defense should be better, and it's just not. So is that an Al Golden thing? Is it a personnel thing? I don't know, but it's like I don't know if they can stop anybody. So like I believed in that team as the year went along. It's like I thought they'd beat Georgia. I thought they'd beat Penn State. And it was like maybe they can give Ohio State a game. But this one, it just feels like there's nothing other than like you're objectively being like you're in a worse spot, which is true. When you look at them, it's like I don't know how you do it.
There's another loss or two.
A lot of
sprinkled in
time,
there.
though.
A lot of time.
A lot of time.
And Notre Dame always has a loss where it's like they play their competition like NIU,
Right.
Marshall.
Now you
So
just
it's
can't
like
do it this year.
can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cubs wise, I was very jealous I wasn't there Saturday.
Rizzo Day was awesome.
Yeah.
It looked awesome. Yeah.
Should have led the show with that.
Yeah.
Vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
It was sick.
That was like a dream.
Yeah.
The home run getting hit right to him.
Crazy,
Yeah.
dude. Like that's gonna be a clip forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Like
Sure.
that's
Yeah.
one of those things where like your
Yeah.
kids are gonna be watching in like 20 years, like, holy shit, they hit a home run to him in the bleachers.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
That's like one of those things. Like, our sport's fake.
yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to go to the game, but I did go to his party on Saturday night, and it was great to catch up with him. He's just the man. Like he is one of those guys that not just the player, because the player, I think we all know what he meant to the Cubs because he was the first guy of that 2016 team.
Yep.
He was on the bad teams.
He had to eat shit.
He had to eat shit.
And he
was the
did for a
first
minute,
guy
too.
who changed the culture. So like as much as obviously there's other heroes of the 2016 team, it's Rizzo. Rizzo is the guy you think of when you think of 2016. I'm happy he got that day, but then like, I mean the jersey he was retiring in with all the kids that he used to visit in the cancer hospital.
Mm-hmm.
I was at his party on Saturday night, and these two kids came up to me and they're like, "Oh, we're big fans. We listen every day." I was like, "How do you guys know Rizzo?" They were his host family in Portland when he was in
the minor leagues.
In the
That's
minor
fucking
leagues,
awesome. Yeah,
this is like
that's like what I want to do.
That's like 15 years ago. And they hosted him for a year, and they were like, "Yeah, he's just been the man to us since. Like, he invites us to stuff. He invited us to this.
That's
like,
awesome.
That's
great,
so cool.
yeah.
So were they little kids when he was living with them? How old are they now?
Probably.
They were
Yeah.
probably look like they were in their 20s. So yeah,
Okay,
they
so
must have
yeah,
been-
yeah,
they
that's
must have been,
awesome.
Like teenagers.
He's the man.
Yeah. So he's just an all-time guy. I think he's going to do some Cubs ambassador stuff, which is smart.
Yeah,
It's good he's
Number
back
44 will be on the foul poles.
Should be.
in due
Yeah.
time.
Yep.
because it did feel like a lot of that core, like things were a little sour of
At
how
the end?
how it ended.
Yeah.
A little
yes.
bit.
Yeah.
And
I think
so-
they probably thought it was gonna be not as abrupt of a finish
Yeah.
as it was, and I think the pandemic probably had a little bit to do with that.
I still have flashbacks to HQ1 in New York where we did Sirius that day. You were on the show with us, and we're like, is it a disappointment if this team only wins one? So I
Yeah.
think that was like summer of 2018. We were not full time yet.
And it is, but it also, like, looking back,
kinda
when-
doesn't matter.
They did go to 3 straight
Yeah.
NLCSs. Like, that's
Yeah,
and,
They were in a
and
spot to win.
Yeah,
multiple,
baseball is a very fickle sport like
Yeah.
that, where it's like you just need to get in and see what happens. So yeah, it was a really cool day, very awesome. I don't know. This Cubs team is in an interesting spot. On Friday, Fox was doing a B-roll, so I went to Wrigley with Mark Ingram, Urban Meyer, and Matt Leiner, and we did like a full tour. And we were in the locker room talking to some of the guys. It's just like, what do you do for these two? Like, it's such a weird spot the Cubs are in. They're 7 down in the division and 7 up in the wild.
Yeah.
They have nothing to play for.
13 left. It's just when I hit the fast forward button.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just
right. I think that was kind of the sentiment. Like, we're just ready for playoff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the Giants and the Tribe are the only two, and the Rangers a little bit are the only 2 teams that or 3 teams that kind of have a shot at getting to a playoff spot, but it's like a long shot. The playoffs have been set for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, and we're gonna play the Padres.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty much set.
I was
it's-
hoping for the Mets because I thought that would have
The
been.
Mets stink right now.
I know.
But it's still a spot where you need the lineup could find something in the last 13 games.
Yes.
It could be very meaningful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not like it
I
doesn't
wouldn't
matter.
want to play the
It's
Cubs in the playoffs right now.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
wonder if they-
complete
can you-
fresh start for them, and PCA who's been struggling, and all these guys. Like, it's
And you
like, all right,
treat it like
fuck
an
the regulars.
extended, like what they rehab assignments or extended spring ball, where it's like these last 13 just work
Get
on
right,
your own shit.
get right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you guys? I know we had this discussion 2 weeks ago. Game 1 starter.
Dude, Cade Horton's pretty fucking
I think it's
It's
gotta be Horton.
got to be Horton.
Yeah.
He's like the
Has to be.
best
Yeah.
pitcher.
I
in
saw
baseball.
Jesse Rogers in the locker room, and we were talking about it. And he's like, I wouldn't be, because he's been banging that drum for a while.
Yeah.
I've been banging that drum for a while. I think it's got to be Cade Horton.
What drum is Craig Counsell banging?
I don't know, but he kind of said he doesn't know for sure, but he was like, I think it's starting to make more sense that it would be Cade Horton.
Yeah.
Talent
Well,
over
he's
experience.
got playoff stuff.
Yes,
You know,
that's
like,
what I'm talking
so
about.
And your ceiling is 6, maybe 7 of no runs.
Dominant baseball.
Shota's
Yes.
ceiling, and I like Shota a lot,
Yeah.
is 6,
Less.
7, 2 runs.
yeah.
Shota, and a lot of people are talking about it. Shota should be played by what the weather's going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Very
if the
true.
wind's blowing out, like then you know,
No.
maybe
He likes
yes,
to give up
yeah,
the long ball.
Exactly. Maybe even go Boyd, but if it's not, he's a fly ball pitcher.
Yeah.
You know, so just use that strategically. Why not?
Yeah.
But it was a cool day, cool weekend, perfect weather.
Yeah.
Saturday for Rizzo's day. It's crazy. It's 10 years. Like,
I
'cause I was
know.
just like talking, like it was like David Ross was there, Dexter was there, Hap, who obviously was played with Rizzo,
Yeah.
and it's just like 10 years ago. It's like that went
It's
by in a
fucking
blink of an eye.
Crazy
Yeah.
how fast that went.
Blink of an eye. It's like another life. It's like having Patrick Kane in the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that was just another life. That was
really was.
so long ago.
It really was.
Yeah.
Speaking
Yeah,
of
how
that,
different your life is too. It's
Yeah, I know.
Crazy. Yeah.
Nuts.
next Tuesday we'll be at Almost Home to watch the Mets Cubs game.
Yep.
So that's going on too. So come out, we'll hang out.
Love that.
Last week of the season. White Sox need to go 6-6 in the last 12 games
And they
to
got-
avoid a 100 losses. Will they do it, Dave?
Actually, you know what?
Yankees coming up. They got some.
The Yankees have been playing like
I know,
ass,
but
and
some
they're
tough
set.
series.
It's the Yankees and who?
They play the Nationals. I know.
Nationals
I saw that.
stink.
They play the Padres, I believe. But Dave, does it happen?
Yes, I do think it happens because they like what we're talking about with the Bears. They at least come out to play every day.
Yeah.
And even when they are getting their their dick stomped a little bit, they're out there trying to take extra bases and shit, and I appreciate that. And they play a clean brand of baseball. The talent's not quite there, 1 through 26 or 1 through 40 if you want to go into the, but they play hard.
Yeah.
And that is I hate that Chicago teams have just killed me to the point where that's the standard. Where I'm like, they play hard. No fucking shit, you play hard. You're getting paid millions of dollars to do this. Go play hard every single day.
Yeah.
But that's where we're at. They play hard. They play hard. Like, I don't
But that's
care.
the foundation for everything.
But
Anything Blackhawks related?
They had that prospect tournament over the weekend, so you got to see a lot of the Rinzels and Moores, and those guys look very good. Rinzel looks like a superstar. So he's like too good for his peer group. So he'll be the number 1 defenseman for the team this year, probably playing 25 a night. Like, I feel pretty good about that. I'm trying to have one thing where I can be optimistic about.
Nice.
you got Notre Dame. I mean, to have a bad
I'll
year,
say it right now.
Yeah.
to have a bad year where you're 0-2 and you're still talking about playoffs, that's like
No doubt. No doubt.
pretty nice thing to have.
Yeah.
Final thing before we close out here. I don't know how many guys watched the Canelo fight.
Yeah, I watched
Canelo
it Saturday,
Crawford.
Sunday morning. It was on too late. I'm getting old.
Yeah, I was wondering because I didn't see just checking Twitter. I didn't see like a lot of buzz out of
Just
Barstool
so late.
people.
So late.
What time did
I
they
wanted
fight
to
at?
stay up,
I
but I
was
just
not up.
couldn't. I couldn't
They
do
fought
it.
at 11 Vegas time.
And I got up.
1 a.m.
I got up at
Yeah.
5:30 on Saturday morning for
Yeah.
big noon. So I was just like, I have to.
Yeah.
Have to go to bed.
Or 10 a.m. Vegas time, excuse me. So it was midnight here. And
Yeah.
it was 1 a.m. on the East Coast.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get that, but it was awesome.
That's a stupid question.
Yeah.
Why do they do that?
Why do they
they're
do it so
they're the
late?
only sport that doesn't cater it towards most of the population.
I
UFC
think
does it too, kind of. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I think it was a product. So Netflix aired it, and Netflix they did a great job, and thanks for hosting us. They were awesome to us. But I think it was a product of I think maybe it got away from them a little bit. Like the entrances at one point, I think it was just like they didn't know how to get those guys off the stage. It was so long. Like the entrances were so long,
Yeah.
and then obviously they started maybe the fights too late. I don't know,
Yeah.
but
I don't know, because I used to really like boxing. Back when HBO had boxing, I was like a bigger fight fan, and it's like at this point, it's just hard to like. I'm shocked that it's still Canelo as like a marquee guy. Like they're just that sport just feels like it's not. People are saying it's been dead for 25 years. It feels more dead than ever.
it was not dead
In
in
Vegas,
Vegas. That was one of the coolest live events I've ever been to.
Yeah.
It's like Mexican people travel for Canelo
Oh, yeah.
so hard.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah.
arena
Oh yeah.
was
Oh yeah.
the arena was electric. Crawford obviously looked phenomenal. People say he might be a Mount Rushmore boxer. I'm not big into boxing enough to decide that, but he looked fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
He had Canelo like the whole way, the whole way through. Anything else I didn't say, Lance?
We ran into every celebrity.
Yeah,
you
there's a
could
million
think of there.
celebrities. It was crazy.
Ooh, tell us
Yeah.
some of the guys.
So I did Radio Row the day before. I did like a little interview thing. Ocho Cinco gave me a big hug.
I saw that.
He was the man.
Why was that? I saw that. Why?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I was just going around, and it's not like he knew me, or I don't even think he knew I worked for Barstool. He was just like a nice guy,
Oh, okay.
and he was
I like that.
Boogie Cousins.
Okay.
Who else?
Soldier Boy.
Soulja
We saw
Boy.
Soldier
Yeah.
Boy there.
Did you crank that in front of him?
No, Lance might have.
Yeah, I hit it. I opened the elevator and it opened and I see a couple making out. Guy turns around, LaShawn McCoy.
There we
He
go.
was just making
Shady.
out with this chick. Yeah.
That's a wild.
Lance was saying
That's like in
all the
movies.
smoke basketball guys were there.
All the smoke.
Yeah.
Yep. Did something with them. Shawn Michaels, which is sweet.
Yeah,
I've never really talked to any of the old WWF superstars, so that was awesome.
that's awesome.
We had to leave super early and I'm walking with all my luggage and Bud Crawford walks in with his entourage. And I was
Yeah.
like,
Hell yeah.
champ!
Yeah.
That's all I can do.
Yeah. But yeah, it was great. It was awesome.
You said you have a big ass announcement to make.
Oh yeah, I'm doing a golf thing. If you want to come play some golf, come play golf on a Sunday because I can't have every.
You're
Sunday
doing that
at
as
the shop.
opposed to being a Bears fan?
Well, the Bears play on Monday, so it's kind of cheating.
Okay.
But like,
that.
so it's not
Wait,
like
they're
I'm
on Monday again this week?
No. This is October 12th.
Okay.
Yeah, at Flossmoor Country Club. So come play.
Nice.
I'll send the link out and everything. I just let's enjoy a Sunday.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, right. I can't have every Sunday suck. Like I said, it's kind of cheating because the Bears play on Monday, so it's just gonna be a miserable Monday. But let's have one nice Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's it.
it's beautiful weather.
Yeah.
Exactly. October.
October golf, great. A little quarter zip.
Yeah, exactly. Flossmoor's a great club.
I like Flossmoor a lot. Yeah.
I haven't played
Have
it.
you played there?
I haven't.
Awesome.
Hasn't he played there?
You have.
Yeah, you have played there.
I played there with you.
Yeah, I was there
When
too.
did we play there?
Dave, we went there.
Not this past summer, the one before.
Yeah.
We all played there.
Come on, I think it's a 22nd ranked
Yeah.
course, and I'll put the link out. So
Great.
Actually,
have a nice day.
I'll
We'll have
remember.
football on after, before. There's a London game that day. I don't know. Let's just let's have a nice time in the fall.
Yeah.
And that's
like
all,
it.
yeah. All right then. That's it.
Okay.
Thanks everybody for
All right.
listening. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.